Well, hello, and good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Hopefully reasonably fine, reasonably decent day and all that sort of thing. Alright, let's see. I can't actually see if anyone's even here yet. Yeah, sorry for doing that whole intro thing. I was advised to leave it for a few minutes, just to kind of let folks show up. And, yeah, who knows? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, so, cool thing. I found out there were actually a good bit of quality of life dealies that I didn't know about last time, which are currently in the description of this thing, if you weren't aware. Hopefully I'm okay in sharing those. I probably should have asked first, but I'm assuming I'm okay sharing the generalized list of changes. Also, I don't want to give him a poison knife, because that gives speed. Seems like knives give speed. I feel like that was a 1.3 change that got carried over. Let's see. Oh, hello there, Mary. How's it going? Hopefully all's well and good with you. Yeah, so this is the Cerabow mod, essentially a mod attempting to rebalance FFT in a reasonable manner. Essentially not a 1.3 type situation, though it does share some ideas. I believe most of those were in terms of secondary effects on equipment and all that sort of thing, which is just something that always works out well, at least in my opinion. Especially, like, I know, I'm gonna endlessly compare this with TO, but, like, when TO started adding those to all kinds of stuff, I was like, yes, there's so much new crap going on, it's great! So, anyway, I personally just love that kind of stuff. I probably should be giving the poison knife to this guy, rather than Ramza, or Mr. Starch. That speed, though. Right, fine. We'll give the knife to one of the folks that can actually use it well. There we go. We'll do that. Though, nah, actually no. You're almost never going to be shanking stuff, whereas Starchy here is going to be, like, stabbing away this entire time. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, now. So you don't normally make it stream, so yep. Well, good to see you here. I actually didn't know that you looked at the streams here. But yeah, so it's a pretty solid mod so far. Anyway, what I was getting at for quality of life stuff. You remember that whole little honey bit in the very start? Which I find hilarious that they actually even referenced that and I missed this. But if you hold down X, apparently you can just skip all that stuff. Apparently I had started doing it earlier on, and didn't end up continuing to do so. So apologies for that. I didn't realize that was actually a feature. So it didn't occur to me, but either way. I probably should have read that first, admittedly. But I was doing that whole thing of going in blind. Also, another thing that got me really excited about it. Like a reasonable person... Oh yeah, yes! Yes, cutscene skip! Good, talk about your war. Do it in your own time. We're here for the friggin' tactical parts. Not your 45-minute long cutscenes. Anyway, so like some kind of super amazing reasonable person, apparently he also actually did give spears to squires, as every game should, quite frankly. But yeah, you don't get them till Chapter 2, so it's not super relevant just yet. Also, apparently the Zodiac compatibility thing got removed, which, good, honestly. Like, I was really happy to read about that. Now, you may be thinking, like many people have thought when TO had removed the class scaling, like, oh, there's this background of mechanic that's so deep and I gotta go do all this stuff with it. No. Nobody ever used those aside from, like, really specific runs. Like, the only time the Zodiac mechanic came in was when you randomly had, like, 5 extra damage against a guy. Or you randomly kept getting your friggin', like, anus whooped by somebody because they just suddenly had really iffy compatibility there. So it was just like a random screw you kind of thing. And, like, TO had done the same thing with, like, everybody's earning all these different points based off what classes they've been in the past, although there's a maximum amount of levels per class, so usually you had just characters that were completely screwed by having the wrong job. So there was that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's see. Equals official patch? Yeah, honestly, so far, yeah, I'm really feeling that way, because it feels like the sensible stuff from 1.3 plus some quality of life changes. Oh, also, one more thing that I actually was trying to mention earlier and what reminded me of this originally. If I click here, it will be a guaranteed fight. If I click here, there will be no fight. How awesome is that? You can choose whether or not to go attack the wildlife. It's weird that that has to be mentioned as a feature. Alright, so first of all, definitely get one of you at least. Probably want to get a couple of them, actually. Oh, wait, sorry. That was a weird kind of semi-sort of cop type situation. Also gonna pick up some night stuff and pick up a couple of boots, because I like them boots. Alright, also probably should have gone to fitting room, and that right there is a bad habit that T.O. gave me. Okay, first of all, you, Mr. Buddy. His name's Clive. The only time I've heard Clive used is for friggin' Gunman Clive, so you're gonna be the bowgun guy. Oh, by the way, everybody's movement has been increased, which, yeah, should be a given. I just love how many similarities there are between this and One Vision. Absolutely love it. Having, having Skyrim flashbacks with community builds, yeah. Honestly, I'm loving how many mods are coming out lately. It's, like, it feels like reliving the best parts of, well, the good parts of my childhood there, minus the rat-infested house bits, but the, but yeah, it's like all the cool crap is suddenly happening. Like, FFT getting a version, a thing kind of like 1.3 that isn't a difficulty mod. Like, honestly, I liked the ideas of 1.3, but the screw you difficulty, even on easy, was just really grating. And don't get me wrong, I love challenges. I absolutely love challenge runs all day, every day, but it was just a bit too much. Like, it was, like, relying on sandbagging and all that kind of thing. Like, it just rubbed me the wrong way, to be completely honest. Also, I'm gonna give her a blind knife, so that she goes a little bit faster. Ooh! One of them actually started with a bowgun. I didn't even realize that. Okay. That would have been good to realize earlier on. But yeah, it's pretty fantastic having so many versions of everything coming out all of a sudden. It's really, really nice. Feels like reliving everything. Like, at this point, yeah, like, FFT's got this. T.O. has One Vision. Or, let's see, we got Swiggy. Yeah, I think we're pretty much good to go for that. So yeah, no matter how many times I go back and forth, which, I never did manage to catch Panthyricus' stream of this whole thing, but I wonder if he actually was going back and forth trying to get a random fight at some point. I feel like that must have been a thing at some point, because I think everybody's done the whole running back and forth until they get a fight thing. Let's just go ahead and guarantee one random fight here. Why not? I love that. So good! Oh man, I wonder if Rakes can put that into One Vision. Because that'd be really handy. Do you feel like attacking the wildlife today? Well, you know, I don't know, I don't really feel like... Well, too bad. You're attacking the wildlife. Alright, I think this kind of party's alright. These two need to train. Worst case scenario, Wizard can carry like all hell, and Ramza's here, so... You know, absolute carry potential. But yeah. So yeah, challenges, yeah, they depend entirely on how you want to do them. Like, for example, I've been doing a lot of One Vision ones lately. And that works out really well because, well, there's a bunch of different other options. It just basically causes you to explore other options. So, for example, to compare, like, let's say, you know, one of the fun challenges for FFT was the old single class challenge. So you would go through with, like, just archer skills, for example, and so you'd be finding out all kinds of, you know, just interesting little, like, range tricks and how to pile their ranged attacks effectively and all that sort of thing. Like, you'd basically even have a guy running around unarmed so that you could essentially go in, you know, have him beat down the, hang on, are you the, crossbow user? No. Do you have to throw a rock? Hell yeah, you do. Alright, you are gonna throw a rock at this buddy. Like, for example, the archer one in particular was pretty fun because, yeah, you just find new ways to essentially use range and timing to make that work out. Did I just see what I think I saw? Is counter throw actually a counter rock throw now? Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. I previously counter throw was like a wrestling move. Yeah, counter by throwing something. Perfect. I love it. Now I'm gonna feel really stupid if that was always a counter throw, but I'm pretty certain it used to be called a counter throw, but you didn't throw anything. But yeah, so for example, that you know, that single class challenge was just pretty much generally good fun in every possible way. Oh yeah, you don't accumulate. Yeah, just go ahead and use that yourself, why not? But for example, take vanilla Tactics Ogre on the PSP. Tried to do a similar thing, wherein I was just going through with only Rune Fencers. So, for the sake of comparison, Rune Fencers in that one, kind of like the Oracles in this one, a little bit, if I were to come up with something close. Or, yeah, Oracles. So their whole shtick was like either they had one-handed swords or spears, which, by the way, a vanilla version of that, spears got shafted really badly. No pun intended. Like, for some reason, some genius on the balancing team was like, oh yeah, spears! They've got no armor penetration against anything. Like, have you seen a spear? Do you know what their role is? Because that's like... They friggin' are one of the few things that do stab through armor pretty constantly. Like, that was their thing. That's why they stuck them on horses and stuff. And like, hey, if I go and shank somebody with this, they're not gonna be breathing so good anymore. And so, anyway. So yeah, they were simple to use and very effective. That's why they were so prevalent. And then, like, every time Matsuna got involved with something, he was like, no, but spears suck in my universe for some reason. So they sucked at that point. Anyway, enough ranting about that, because I always go on about it. Point being. Wait, did I just get Ramza exploded? No, I didn't. What the hell was my point? Oh yeah, so challenge run. So, was doing a challenge run of that one, trying to do a single class challenge. And instead it turned into this weird thing where everybody was over-leveling, so like the first 3 chapters of the game were just nothing. Just nothing could touch them. They would just absolutely crush any competition they came across, without any effort, like to the point where they had like counters that were doing 25% of their normal damage. And yeah, it didn't even matter. Like, 25% counter was enough to completely one-shot a guy. It was just downright stupid. How's that fake coffin going? Yeah? It's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm totally not doing it for attention. Anyway. So yeah. It gets to that point, and then they had a point where, like, if you got to a certain level, it would just immediately switch to what was basically like a new game plus type situation. So everybody went from like standard equipment to like, yeah, no, I have like a frickin' like sword from some fallen angel, my armor's made of demons, and all this other crap. Like, just suddenly everybody's coming in with all this ridiculously OP stuff, and despite the fact that they had done ridiculously well up to that point, suddenly they were left completely unable to scratch anything, because somebody put MMO balancing in that game. Point being, you know, like you said, it's best when you don't have to cheese stuff, because honestly, spending a week on doing the same fight over and over, hitting everything with poison spears until suddenly that actually was enough to get past all their healing, felt okay at the time, but good god did that suck, actually. Alright. Any dang ways, point being, I keep saying point being without actually getting to my point. That's worrying. Alright, what am I getting at here? So yeah, challenge runs, definitely a lot more fun once you're actually exploring other options instead of repeatedly bashing your head against the wall doing one thing 50 trillion times. That's what I was trying to get at here. Oh, sweet. Got an upgraded sword. Alright, now we have to go ahead and not fail this, because I definitely want to keep that. Got frickin' Orion sword. That they just kind of left lying around. Oh! Wait a minute. I need to look around this map real quick. No. Okay, that wasn't what I was thinking it was. For a second there, I thought we might have been on the opposite end of the map, and maybe it was a bit of a reference to Algus getting his crap rocked. But, no. That's not the case. I kind of want this one to be blind. Please be blind? No. No luck. Alright. Do you have enough points? Hell no, we don't. Don't know what Artagon is, but I suppose I could always check, huh? Okay, Antigon. What is Antigon? That sounds like a monster name, and that is this one. So, Ladyface, you gon' die. However... Tell you what, why don't you just sit tight for the moment, or you potentially go... Okay, go in and at least block her back. I have a feeling we might lose that chemist. Not the end of the world, because we do have replacements. Please miss somehow. I mean, it is FFT, so 6% is more akin to like 20%. Because apparently those percentages never want to work right. Alright, they're getting tackled. Yes, yes. Dang it, rookie units. Why do you suck so hard? It's almost like I maybe shouldn't have brought in a team with all the underleveled guys. And I got a crit. Fantastic. Oh, by the way. So, remember I was talking about aim strike being a little bit, Son of a dick, I forgot to update. Dang it. Okay. You know what? Just so you know, this is still with the previous version. I just noticed I forgot to update it. I meant to do that last night, and then I ended up getting carried away with trying to get this one other game trying to work. Okay. My bad. I think the main update was changes to aim strike, so just so you know. But yeah, aim strike was actually supposed to, it did get reduced damage and all that sort of thing. So I think it still can crit, but it also has reduced damage across the board or something like that. So just so you know. Now, let's see, do items work at more tiles now? They seem to. I believe the previous range was 1 tile, it seems like that's maybe a 2 vertical change. Which, if that's the case, good on you. Gonna throw a rock. Well, at least he's not on his countdown timer anymore. So we might be stuck sandbagging that guy. Alright. So first off, wait. Let's get you on your feet. And then just kind of wait a minute. There we go. Alright. But yeah, to go back to my previous point. Like 1.3, just it had so many cool features and so many cool things, and it was really fun to watch. Like if you went and looked at some of the folks that really knew all the mechanics, it was very interesting. But if you just wanted to like pick up a thing and re-experience an old classic in a different way, oh wow, that's got some serious range on it now. That used to be a 1-tile move, that is now a 2-tile move. Crap. Anyway. So yeah, if you just want to go back and, you know, re-experience your old favorites or stuff like that, it definitely didn't work for that. Even on the easiest, even on the easier version of the mod, it just absolutely wouldn't work for that. And yeah, it's, you know, it too often mods end up falling into that category where they're like, you know, look, I made everything so hard by giving everything 1 billion health and it hits like a truck. Like, but it was a mosquito. I just got a little bite. No, I'm sorry, your arm exploded. Kind of like if you've ever tried, granted, this is a stretch, but if you've ever tried Fallout 4 survival type mode, yeah, that had issues. Which, by the way, somebody actually challenged me if I could get the recording of it working. Somebody had challenged me to try a blind-ish Iron Man of that one at some point. But yeah. They had the same thing where they're like, okay, you know, people wanted survival mechanics in this whole thing. Oh, okay, that's not great. So people wanted survival mechanics in this thing. I have an idea. Let's make it to where you end up taking like, I think it was it like 4 times more damage, and then you do about 1/4 as much, and then on top of it, basically all your food makes you sick and everything. It's like, okay, all the stuff like your food makes you sick, you don't eat stale stuff, you don't want to sit in a place that's dirty because you might get sick kind of thing. Like, you don't want to have your food cooked wrong or all this other stuff. Like, it was cool. Like, that stuff was cool. Whatever dingus decided to go in and say, hey, everything has like 80 trillion health now, and you had to sneak attack them with a frickin' nuclear bomb to actually get anywhere, that guy was a dick, is what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, so currently we are in the process of getting completely and thoroughly owned, as you can pretty much tell. So, the problem is, I kinda need my healer to be back on his feet, but he's currently come down with a bad case of dead. I think what I might have to do is probably sacrifice Ladyface on the bottom there. I think she's another level 1 anyway. Yeah, so... Eileen, what a shame. So, she's probably going to be sacrificed for timing. I'm going to have everybody else kind of convene over on this way. Actually, no, you aren't going to move anywhere. You're going to stay right there. Because currently nobody can collect... Ah, dicks. Okay, I thought that might have dropped a crystal, in which case I could have gotten my mage back into the fight. Darn. Well, that's a problem. Anyway, so what I was saying there. So even in that ridiculously challenging type situation, we still ended up seeing people that were having a good bit of fun with it. And, you know, good on them. But the thing is, it definitely wasn't for everybody. Alright, yeah, I might as well just have you smack this one with a stick. I know that's going to give them a little bit more speed time and all that. It'll have to do. And then if I can maybe get a crystal on them, that would possibly solve some issues. So you're regenning, that's a problem. Actually, regen... Alright, what are the odds that I'm just going to go and raise you up and you're finally going to be able to actually stand on your feet for more than 2 seconds? Which, by the way, this is not actually... This right here is the same thing that happens in vanilla all the time. Oh crap, it actually happened. How about that? Oh. Oh, well, thanks, Algus. You absolute prick. Used up all my friggin' high heals. That guy's such an absolute douchebag. It's like, yes, I'm gonna screw them over even in the next fight. That's what I want to do. Alright, please get dark. I wonder how low the proc chance is on those secondary dagger effects. It seems really low. Anyway, so we're back on our feet, minus 1 character. Feels like maybe that team on the right should be able to hold their own for the most part. Might be able to get Eileen over there up and maybe have her run away. But it seems like we're doing okay on area control as long as it doesn't crit here, and... Okay, he didn't. Good. Hello there, Mr. Celtic! By the way, thank you again for that thumbnail. Seems like folks have been really liking it. So, if you didn't see it yet, basically there's, you know, the thinking guy of like, oh, you can't do... Like, what was it? You can't, in that case it was like, you can't mess with the lockbox if there's no lockbox, or that kind of thing. Or no, you can't evade lock-on if there's no lock-on. It was for the rocket run. But he managed to put in the Starch Diet's head with the guy's hand poking to his head. That was funny stuff is what I'm getting at. Alright, so our resident tank that's also a wizard in pajamas is gonna go down that way. She's having a bad day. Alright. Could you maybe not? Ah, dang it. Well... Dang, what can I say? But, yeah. Point being, that mess was funny. Alright, these dudes gotta chill out on the going all fast and zoom like here, because I know that I sent in an under-level team. But, dang it! Alright, let's get her back up. Because his movement range is absolutely ridiculous. So what I'd like to do is get him in... No, what's this guy's movement? Basically, he can completely reach him anyway. Yeah, I want to get him boxed in somewhere. Yeah, let's have him move here, and then just give him the option to move elsewhere. Let's get Eileen back up to give them something else to target. Hopefully this will cause them to split their team a little bit. Unless he gets another high roll rock throw, in which case she's just gonna die. But we'll deal with stuff until then. Alright, can I please get a Dark Proc is the thing. If I use Aim Strike, is it the same thing as TO where a 100% hit chance move has a 100% chance to proc too, I wonder? I don't think so, because I think that was tested out last time and it didn't have the same 100% chance. Hello there, Mr. Cerabow! So yeah, it does working, and yeah, hopefully we won't die here. So, just so you know, I did a little bit of a dumb, and kind of forgot to update to the latest version that you sent me yesterday. I apologize. Please do a 5. Oh. Dang it! Friggin' wildlife going and eating all my dudes. Plus side, they don't seem to have any healing elements, so far so okay. But yeah, we'd be doing a lot better if Algus hadn't been an absolute douche and wasted all the high heals. You know, actually, while they're taking their turn, I probably can go update that version and then just swap them out. This is a very true situation. So, if I go over here, and here it is, FFT Revamp, and then I go to my downloads, and it's my turn again, isn't it? Alright. Alright, you are gonna go just defend this guy, I think. Wish I had some... I should probably check if he has ethers or something on him. Do you has? Yes, you has. Okay. Wizard, we believe in you. If she can just AoE nuke these guys, then potentially... Oh, what? Hello. That looks important. Oh no. Oh no, what happened? Take a proc. Also, give me a moment, I gotta find out what's going on in the background here. Give me like 30 seconds. Scratch that, took less than 30 seconds. It appears we were mad at a goldfish. You know, as you do. Now, here's what got me excited about that picking up that knife there. I noticed this item earlier, so nullifies all time stuff. Is that a frickin' time knife? Like, even if we end up losing all these units here, whatever, they're dispensable. Or disposable? Dispensable? I don't know, whatever. One of those things. This guy! This guy and his speed! Oh, sweet, rolled a 10. Well, suck it, what can I say? Alright, let's see. Fixed a text error for Oracle, foresee fortune, slightly raised GP of one enemy wizard, and thieves for battle. Squires can now equip spears. Hell yeah! Buffed aim strike made damage consistent. Okay. Also, who just died? That's my guy that died, isn't it? Yeah. My chemist. No! She just got brain juice! Dang it! God, these guys' frickin' speed is redonkulous. To be fair, I should stop trying to punch them for 2 damage to avoid that. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Get her on her feet, and he is gonna book it like a crazy person to try and get over there. Figure... Okay, where's my zoom in? Zoom out, there we go. Figure, if he goes here, he'll probably end up getting encircled. Let's see. Can he... Alright, they're ranged anyway. They can just kind of reach it. So if I put him 1 tile away from that, we should be alright. Like right here. Then he just has to deal with the goblin, and they all seem to be piling on that poor chickie on the left, so there's that. Alright, so by the way, so Aim Strike, does it have a chance to proc additional effects? Does it have any effect on that whatsoever? It's a time-based knife? Yes. I guess everyone's childhood doesn't involve hair pulling anymore? Seems so. Hopefully so. Alright, so here's the deal. You are gonna actually drag these 3 on this way. You will more than likely have to sacrifice yourself, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. But, as long... I think I have 2 heals remaining, so if I... Excuse me, what kind of mugger attacks you with cash? Anyway. Oh boy. I do appear to have screwed myself. Yep, and he gets his friggin' 3 roll. Please don't. I moved her 1 tile too far. Right, well. This is going well. Dang it, I wanted my time knife. And I don't... If I go back there, I wonder if it'll still be there. Alright, anyway, so, let's see. Got that patch re-downloaded. Where are my dealies? Folders, there you are. Downloads, where you be? So, let's go back to this thing. You ready to book it? I hope you're ready to book it, because there's booking it needed. Accumulate, yes, because you need to do some frickin' damage, lady. Probably should have had her heal, but right now, whatever. Oh, and he's gonna just get a crit. Okay, cool. Well, yeah. So I think we're probably, yeah. We just got blocked off. Heal. Is there a path kind of through those guys? I don't think so. Oh, and poisoned. Okay. Nifty. Yeah, I've sent in the wrong people. Let's put it that way. I have sent in the completely wrong people, and it would have been perfectly fine if Algus hadn't wasted all of our dang heals. Ah, yes. Okay, well, the nice thing is, it doesn't appear there's a game over screen anymore. You just get kicked right back to the intro, which I am perfectly fine with. Alright, do this thing. Because yeah, seeing the game over screen, kind of a bummer. See, aim strike does damage and doesn't proc weapon effects. Might do weapon and elemental damage. Okay, gotcha. So the reason I was asking is there was a kind of like a hidden thing figured out with when it came to One Vision. So funny part is, you know, actually come to think of it, why don't I just update the mod here real quick, because it's just going to take me a sec. Move the bin file over. Get the PPF patched, and it should only take a moment. But anyway, so there was kind of a hidden thing that was found out there, because there was one of the crossbows that was supposed to have like a 10% chance to insta-kill, but otherwise not be very good. So he made that thing, and then also gave necromancers the ability to use crossbows, who then also were not terribly good at using them, but had the ability to guarantee a hit. And it was kind of at this point that it was figured out that, okay, all guaranteed hit abilities automatically jump to 100% if you use a guaranteed hit move like that. So, like, for example, all procs would just automatically just do it. Okay, hang on. I'm shutting this off for just a sec so that I can get to my PPF patcher. So, yeah, and then... Okay. Oh, no! We've got noise in the background! Oh, no. I think this is the one I just did, right? Oh, crap. Which one did I just do? Dang it. Which one of you is new? Let's see, 758. You are from 7... Apparently these ROMs were made like 8 minutes apart, for whatever reason. Hang on. Downloads. Which one are you? Okay. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of different ROMs going, by the way, just FYI. Okay. 541. Okay, gotcha. Figured out which one it is. So it's gonna be this one. And then if I go ahead and patch that sucker, then we can just go ahead and pop that in and have spears on squires. They can't use them yet, but just it's a nice happy thought, you know? It's very nice to have. Go to downloads. Where's my dang PPF? 3.20. Yeah, that one. Apply. Patching CD image. Hold 1. Why does it say hold 1? I never realized that before. All right. Yeah, permadeath intensifies. Did Fates actually fix all of the nonsense from Awakening, by the way? Like, it's friggin' $50 per part, so it's like a $150 whatever game, so obviously never ended up putting down the money for it, but... Is that, Hey, hang on, let's go ahead and exit EPSXE and relaunch the new one here. But yeah, there was this whole utterly broken marriage mechanic. Let's see if I did this right. Oh, this is going to get so confusing because I have two that are basically identical now. Okay, what were you called? Where's my... Okay, downloads, open up the zip file, open archive. Okay, just Tactics USA, that's what you were called. There we go. Also, I will step away for just a moment. One sec. Alrighty, and I am back. Let's see, is audio all working right? Heck yeah, it is. Okay. Sounds good. So now then, yeah, that's bug. Not sure why game over doesn't show anywhere. Oh, well, I see it as a feature. Personally, I'm perfectly fine with skipping game over things. Maybe everybody else was actually competent. Yeah, take that, competent people. That's what you get for knowing stuff. My goal is, if you die in here, you should know why, and it shouldn't be OP AI. Yeah. Like, right there, I definitely knew what happened. And also, I'm gonna go see if I can find that knife again. But... oh, also, is it true that, it seemed like chemists had built-in move-find item, is that the case? Also, he was a good man! He was a good man! Right, now this time, here's what we do. I still forgot to go pick up those high heals. So we're gonna go ahead and bring a healer in. Bring in Muller here, he's investigating the church or something, I don't know. And who else? Do I have anyone else? Yeah, I guess it's just these two. Well, whatever. You go ahead and be all Archie-like. And I think we're good to go here. Right. Okay, chemists have innate, move, find, and maintenance. Fantastic. That's really darn good. So, how extensive is that whole, like, innate ability thing, by the way? Like, oh, do knights have a double hand? All the help text should be updated. Well, that's assuming I read it. I should probably do that, by the way. Definitely feels like a thing I should do. Actually, the reason that I was asking if you, asking originally if you wanted this to be done blind was specifically for that reason, just to see how much of it carries over through mechanics and how much needs to be in help text kind of a thing. Which, I mean, granted, every reasonable person should go and read the help text first, but just, you know, I've often found that whenever people wanted stuff tested, there was usually a thing of like, okay, just let me know how much of it actually comes through on its own first. So there's that. Also, the Bishop Goblins are coming up. Dang, Bishop Goblins. Alright, good. That worked out perfectly. I wanted him to attack this guy because he could just heal himself. That's perfectly fine. So first things first, beat the Christ out of that thing. So cats need to go first. Squires are less of a threat. They're just chucking rocks, even though that's kind of annoying. Alright. Let's see, in-game text. I wonder if Koss has heard of Nier Automata? I actually have. It looked pretty darn interesting. But yeah, I really like Nier, funnily enough. Oh, dang it, I just screwed this up, didn't I? Well, whatever. There we go. You just go ahead and get constipated until you get strong. But yeah, no, I actually really like the setup for those games. It's a really nice, grim, dark setting. done pretty darn well. But I ended up watching like a complete 100% run of the original Nier a good long while ago. That was pretty entertaining. And then they had the entire... They followed it up with pretty much the entire Drakengard series, and then they... I think they ended up doing a Nier Automata, but I ended up watching that one separately. Alright. But yeah, that stuff is pretty darn cool. Whoever that director is, pretty much knows how to style like crazy. Alright, I think... There's a pretty reasonable chance we might be able to be rid of this little kitty cat right now. Yeah, 24. That's perfect. I definitely need to remember... if I had remembered that I had that ether on my chemist earlier on, it would have been a completely different story. And I just realized I hope that CT counter doesn't mean that suddenly the cat can... Okay, no, it can't avoid this. I was worried there for a second because he rolled 24 CT. I was like, oh man, he's just gonna avoid it by being all super fast, like. Okay. That does 30. Okay, so we're gonna save that towards the very end, but... Wait, how did he heal? How and when did he heal? What did I miss there? Oh, right, he only took 5. Okay. Basic skill. We need to be using Cheer Up as well. So if I'd have been using that, we would have probably had a much easier time last time. Alright, so, Aim Strike now does a roundish 50% weapon damage consistently, but it's not exactly that. Okay, good to know. Because yeah, I was thinking earlier, like, that's kind of where that skill always ends up landing whenever it shows up. Kind of feels nice, a nice little trade-off there. Actually, it's funny, I know, I keep bringing it up, but... The way that OV ended up working that in, funnily enough, was attaching it to shields. So for example, early on, when your guys have pretty sucky weapon skills and things like that, their accuracy might be really low, especially against somebody that's more skilled. But a shield doesn't actually take that into account. So for example, if there's two guys sword fighting, and like one guy's just way better at swords than the other, then you know, he's just going to completely overpower the guy, but he absolutely needs to nail a clutch hit on the guy to finish him off. So, shields got made really accurate. Which, you know, it works better than you'd think. Worked out pretty... I'm just going to continuously screw her over with this positioning thing. Dang. Alright, let's see if I can remember where that iron sword was last time. Hopefully it's not randomized and it's still the same stuff there. Alright, I think Mage Combo is gonna take care of Kitty Cat here. You're gonna go... No, you're gonna go deal with this guy. There we go. I need to actually be doing this whole strategy thing in this strategy game. What? Yeah, I don't get a 6% roll, but you do, dick. See how it is. Oh, I'm biased on that crap. I'm just kidding, by the way. I'm not actually calling bias on that crap. Okay, do that. Come on, double mage nuke. I'm gonna trap this guy in the corner so he can't go anywhere. And... you know, like, pew pew, friggin' Jesus beams. Also, maybe not entirely unrelated. I mean, considering how grim this world ends up going. Like, how nuts would that be? Like, somebody manages to... No, there's probably a video somewhere out there like, oh yeah, we can tie Vagrant's story in with FFT, that one's obvious, but what if we tied it into Nier Automata? Yeah. Nobody saw that coming. Alright, you know what, good man? You're gonna be good at just making jokes at everybody. There we go. Everybody gets regen. He's all like, oh man, what about that airline food? And they're like, oh man, that joke sucks so bad that I'm gonna laugh anyway, just out of pity. Alright. See, move find is a one-time thing, but since you reset, the dagger is still there? Oh, okay. Cool. Sounds good. Well, that's what I want. Because I'm seeing Time Knife. I want Time Knife. So the other one, let's see, that iron sword was lying around somewhere by that rock. So we'll probably go do that. Can you cheer yourself up with bad jokes? Hell yeah. He's like, oh man, but that airline food though, guys, oh man, he's making me laugh too. Like, I've got all my giant pockets filled with airline food. Tastes like crap. It's all disappointing. Oh man, that guy's over there, he's trying to steal my time knife. Oh, you know what'd be really nuts as a mechanic? If you had units that could run around and then just like pick up random items, and that's just their new equipment now. Now, personally, just randomized anything mechanics are usually completely my thing. Like, I love it to a degree, probably far more than I should. Alright, can I just smackify this guy? Yes, okay, that's pretty decent. Right, you need to get fixed up a little bit. Okay, you need that, you need that. I think... Is this still AoE, or is it single tile? Single tile, okay. He'll probably regenerate, and he's pretty safe. He's not safe from a strong hit, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. I had some point that I was getting to, but I've now forgotten it. Oh, one thing that I was told was apparently the whole reason that lightning, at least mentally in my brain parts, seemed like it was stronger than the other abilities might have been just because it's more situationally useful. Apparently there's just... If there's rain going on, or if they're in water, apparently lightning does more. At least that's what Cal was telling me. So I don't know if that's still the case, but apparently it was cheaper. But that's what I was remembering stat-wise. Just a thing. Yeah, that increased range on that turn punch is something dangerous. Plus side, still not as scary as FFTA goblins. Whoever balanced that, just... Oh, man. Okay, there's one of those cases where the base game was more difficult than the actual difficulty mod. So there was FFTA and FFTA-X, right? FFTA, or rather yes. So, in FFTA, the goblins, for whatever reason, are retardedly strong. Like, their very first fight, there's no options for grinding, there's no options for anything. You're going in, base equipment, everything. The base goblins have like 2 to 3 times the health of any of your dudes. And on top of that, you know what? This is kind of a total waste, but screw it. Have drugs. Woo! Man, if your drink shoots lasers, you should be worried about its contents. But what I was getting at here is that I've forgotten what I was getting at here. There we go. Oh yeah. So, difficulty mod comes out called FFTA-X, right? And bear in mind, even knowing a good bit about the mechanics of that game, I was going through it a couple months ago, and still, I don't like that he suddenly stopped on that tile. Like, it makes me feel like he stole the knife. Even with all of that stuff, even knowing the mechanics, even knowing all that, still had an issue with getting past that first part. On the original, not even the difficulty mod. Just weird. Well, I mean, I guess he's in there now, so... Delete! Alright. Let's see. Or if you had a Thunder Rod and Vanilla Strength Lightning... Oh! Come to think that true. I think that was kind of the thing I had on the guy for a good while. Yeah, you know what? That could have well been it. Okay, you know what? Stop cheering people up with your terrible jokes and either make the magic happen. There you go, have this suspiciously magical drink. Yeah. Apologies for the tears in the background. We're upset about a goldfish. Thing is, if I get up and go deal with it, then it just gets louder. So, I'm gonna just mute for a moment, and be right back. And I'm back. You know, I just noticed that guy's name was Primus. It's a, funnily enough, a name of band my brother was always showing me as a kid. Alright, you're gonna go here. Angel water, yay! We liquefied some angels into this tasty beverage. It makes you go to church better. It removed enemies from being able to move, find items. Well, thank you very, very much there. Also, quick question. Alright, so E's origin, right? What's the deal with E's? Because the only E's game I played was one where it was basically a twin-stick shooter. So, I keep seeing it recommended as an SRPG, but what is that thing exactly? Like, every time that I find it, like, usually what ends up coming up is like, oh yeah, no, just go try it. But that doesn't tell me anything. I don't know. Like, it seemed like a Zelda-esque twin-stick shooter when I went and played it. Also... Yes! Okay, roll the 6%. So we're gonna do the same thing of timing out everybody here. Phoenix... Yeah, I want to do that. Actually, no, that's gonna be the chemist's job. Still have the chemist, right? Yes. We better still have the chemist. We need him to go pick up that knife. Also, I kind of thought every single battle got... like, every single element gets re-rolled. Like, the moment that you start it up or something. Does it roll differently, then? Yes. Receive your magic juices! It's like, yes, I've absorbed the soul of your friend, and now you get Jesus out of it. Pew! Oh. He's slightly out of range to pew that guy. What about pewing him with this? Pew! Alright, and now you... go ahead and, just go ahead and chuck some unsanitary bird feathers over at this chickie and get her back up on her feet. There we go. Sounds like a pretty good way to start your day. So you just wake up like, oh crap, why do I have a mouthful of feathers? Why is this our only revival method? I was just knocked over and kind of wanted to take a nap. I wasn't even knocked out. And they never took a nap on the job again. Right. Interestingly, it seems like 4 extra damage from that one accumulate that he took earlier. Oh, by the way, one comparison I was making earlier with the same old FFT and TO comparison thing. Here's what's funny, as far as balance is concerned. Funnily enough, the one that I was lauding praises over for quite a while there, Knight of Lotus, it's actually kind of tied for this one in terms of just interesting early, like the early game sticking around balance, for lack of a better way to put it. Wherein there's the systems are simple enough to the point where oftentimes balance ends up being a fair bit more consistent as long as no new stuff is added. Like, for example, the only reason it seems like the original version of this ended up getting all kinds of janky was due to Orlando showing up and like, hey, I have the best weapon in the game on a really OP class. Let's call this fair kind of situation. What was I getting at? Oh yeah. Point being, it had very similar balance. And it kind of had like this sort of rubber banding type situation wherein, like, if a class wasn't supposed to do something, it just would be really bad at doing that thing. Like a friend had challenged me to go through the entire series using only fairy units. And here's the thing, they're basically ludicrously fast, but like have like the worst defense and offense, period. So they're kind of trickster units that can take a whole bunch of turns over and over and over, and even give other units their turns. But yeah, it was just a constant struggle throughout that thing to get them to do any damage. So at the end of that whole thing, normally you get to the very end and you've got everybody like using weapons that literally you had to liquefy units into a weapon to actually be able to use. Because they had this mechanic that, oh, you dick, stop going after my chemist! Why are you such a prick, Goblin? What's wrong with this guy? Alright. So we're gonna do this, so we stop wasting money on this. Do I have anything to maybe disable this guy for a while? I mean, if I injure him hard enough, maybe he'll just go away. Anyway, so, point being, this class was so weak to the point where they have this mechanic where you liquefy a dude into a weapon. It takes all of their stats and hands it to this other guy. The whole point is they're hidden all over the place, but they're supposed to be retardedly strong. And that's exactly what they do. They're literally a thing you could give to anybody, and they will just become friggin' godlike out of nowhere. So, you know, you'd think, okay, that's the end of that story. Except it isn't. Because instead... Oh, right, can't do that. Because instead, I end up giving 2 of these to this guy. I end up taking the 2 strongest classes for 2 different stats in the game, maxing them out completely, giving them a bunch of emblems, so it has this whole system where, like, once you accomplish certain things, you basically get, like, a little badge for it. Like, you have a Lancer, and they end up hitting 2 units with a single spear, and they have the Lancer emblem now, so if it was a girl that did that, they're able to go become a Valkyrie now. Or, like, if a guy goes out and kills 5 dragons now, he can... Yes! Time Knife! So now he can go become a Dragoon, which is basically a Dragon Slayer. Or... Aw. Anyway, so yeah, point being, you know, you had all these different emblems that basically unlocked classes and increased stats and all that kind of thing. So it was a pretty cool way of doing stuff. Which, by the way, if there's any possible way to ever give that mechanic to any other game, please do. It's so good. It's such a good mechanic, and it's the closest I've seen to it being done was XCOM 2, wherein you basically just have... You get extra points that you can spend on skills, depending on a few different factors. Anyway, so what I was getting at, though, is even with that, even with 2 of those weapons, an item that is technically hidden to the point where nobody... Well, they basically needed a guide to find it, as well as the only other attack damage boosting thing in the game, getting all the best boosting damage boosting emblems on that guy, and everything else. He still did about the same damage as just like the main character with any other weapon by the end of the game. It's just like all this effort. He's average. Congratulations, you have accomplished average. And I will never forget that she has a crossbow. Or never remember that she has a crossbow. Sorry. Kill the goblin with ice. Well, my ice user is currently taking a nap. There we go. Starts leveled up off stabbing that thing. And there we go. That went much better now that I actually did this thing called using my brain. It's an unreliable thing. But alright. So there we go. Got that out of the way. And what kind of new skills and stuff do we got? Oh yeah, Time Knife. First off, save. Because Time Knife. I probably should have gone and tried to get that sword. Screw it. It's not that big of an upgrade. I think it's like a 1 damage upgrade, so 4 extra, or 1 physical. That'd be 4 extra damage. Give me my Time Knife. Okay. Still a downgrade on... It's the same... Weird. Let's see. Adds slow, speed +1, lightning elemental, which bends time, throwing its victims. Okay. So it can slow on hit. Good to know. Who should I give that to? I mean, it's just kind of a flat upgrade for him, so... Cool. I mean, the poison's never procced, so... Time Knife! He was a good man. Good man gets a good knife. Let's say it's give you the sweet coat. There we go. He's just all decked out, looking all stylish after last time. Now then, what are your abilities? So you can become a priest. First off, Regenerator, hell yes. The good man is Mr. Bad Jokes, as far as I'm concerned. There we go, we're in that. By the way, is the sound a little bit different? Is anybody else hearing that? Alright, we'll keep building up points for that. Temple Tonic, quick change. I love that you can get a quick gun on them, by the way. Because during the last community run, I was trying to turn Mustadio into a gun knight, and getting... Okay, it was a ridiculous process, because I basically had... I only had every 4th turn or something, so every 4th battle, and I would go and basically grind them up as one class, max out that class, switch them up to the next one, max that out, switch them up to the next one. So we had to go to like 3 classes to get the Orator, and then needed 800 points from just sitting there and just spamming don't act over and over for like an hour in order to get those 800 points to get a quick gun and finally turn back into a knight so that he can essentially long-range snipe people's weapons off. It was pretty awesome, though. Let's see, what liquefy do into a weapon getting a sweeter Soul Calibur vibe? Yeah. Tactics Ogre is pretty friggin' metal as far as some of the stuff they have in there. And the only reason I compare those two, as I've mentioned several times now, is, you know, they are related. They are, for all intents and purposes, cousins. Do I want monster skill on him? Not so much. Let's just go ahead and max this out. And maybe let him go become something else, like an archer. Archer sounds good. So he blinds an enemy, yes. Disrupts an enemy. Cancels a charge. Excellent. There's a stronger attack depends on weapon. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Aim arm. Sniper focus. Focus your next instant attack and won't miss as long as you don't take... Huh. Alright. Interesting. Oh, dude! That's... Yeah, no, you're becoming an archer. That is your job now. Yep. That is awesome! Alright. Get away, items. Who needs you? Pretty sure he doesn't have his revive move anymore, but we can go over here and not have to worry about getting attacked. That's great! Okay, just roamers available at this point. Is there anything to keep in mind in terms of, like, timing roamers or needing to go read reports or anything like that? Do you not has bow? Interesting. Well, fine then, don't have a bow. 400 bucks. That is one expensive crossbow, but at least they don't suck. Alright. 5, you're fine. Mueller. What can we do for you? No, didn't get that many points out of that last one. Well, what I do want is raise on him. Actually, regen seems pretty expensive, all things considered, considering squires can do it. I was tempted to say, just do this. Just because he gets a regen then. Oh, but he gets equip axe. Are there axes? Please tell me you have axes. No, there's no axes yet. Okay, whatever. Fine, we'll get those later. Honestly, it's about time that I go into Squeegee. Sweet hats on everyone. And a stick, and we're getting broke. Alright. And I think that's all we're gonna upgrade, because, well, you get a stick. Like 200 bucks, yeah. That's still cheap. I'll never understand why it's so cheap, but there we go. Alright, that, and let's sail some prep. Those already have some of the knives. Should probably have somebody turn into a knight. Probably see who I have that would be best for that. They already bought their equipment and everything. Go. 950. Let's see, did you change... Let's see. Rumors only affect some special optional contents. Okay, gotcha. The axes unlock after Maluda 2. Fair enough. And calculator got changed. So what's new about the calculator? Like, is it less ridiculous now, I hope? Does it still basically function as a potentially even more OP illusionist? Or what? If you don't know what I'm talking about, by the way, FFTA and FFTA 2, the illusionist was retarded strong. Basically, it was just a class that could potentially use any element, even stuff that people couldn't actually defend against, like, for example, wind and earth and water and all that. Almost nothing could actually defend against. So, So yeah, you could just basically use that stuff whenever. And if you ended up combining them with, let's say, a Cannoneer with Ether Shot, you could infinitely recharge them as much as you needed to. Then you could do half MP, the point where they could basically charge by the time their first turn came around, and then you could just repeatedly nuke the entire map with no problem whatsoever. It's pretty great, is what I'm getting at. Like, easily my favorite, my favorite class out of those games. It's so stupid. Let's see. You'll see when you get them? Well, fine. I'll see them, and I'll get them, and I'll know stuff at that point. So, yeah. What you gonna do about that? Right, she's fine as a caster. Aren't you doing anything different? Why not? Why not? Oh, you can be a knight, actually. Well, Mr. Knightman. Congratulations. Congratulate and all that. However, you... Actually, yeah, you can use preparation, that's fine. And... I was gonna say I don't want him using all the items, and then I remembered, hey, I control him now. We're in his brain. We have control. I hope you still don't control Algus, though. It just feels dirty. Like, no, why is he such a dick? Wait, oops. I need to buy these things, not sell them? Aw, man, I hate Algus even more now. Oh man, Phoenix Downs are expensive now. Like, more than tripled in price. Alright, good stuff. Anything to help cut down on sandbagging, that's for sure. Because that's probably the weakest part of FFT and always has been, the whole sandbagging factor. And yes, I did just buy those in order to resell them again. Hello there, Royal. How's it going? I'm getting all the AC folks in here. Clearly, this has everything to do with the robotic apocalypse and everything else. I mean, as you see here, oh, I should totally hire a Dew. Oh, wait, I can actually rename people. I forgot about this. This is another new feature. So, Alright, first off, you are now Etsum. Dang it. Oh, there we go. I love the theme for the office here. Honestly, several times I've actually just... Actually, no. I do have space for Nar. So we got Etsum Nar. Yeah, we're gonna rename these after ACs. Hell yeah. Apparently, it doesn't change in cutscenes, but it does change here. Goodman... You're a Dew. He's the one making bad jokes, keeping everybody cheered up, but repeatedly getting himself killed, so... There we go. He's gonna be a Dew. Hell yeah. Who else? Let's see, Clive here. You're gonna be Apple Boy. Because I know Royal's probably typing that out right now. Yes, we're gonna have Apple Boy. Alright, got Apple Boy. Who else? Let's see, Mueller. I kind of want to keep Mueller just because that's hilarious given recent political contexts. I can potentially even delete his name, I think. So we got two lady types here. When I tried to play one, she was stopped when I found out the late game was like. So yeah, that's the thing, Regdrin. So this mod is kind of like how OV does it. Like, wherein the idea is to just be a reasonable remake that, well, not remake, but it's like a reasonable mod that actually tries to improve on the vanilla balance and, you know, keep things steadily flowing along instead of doing the usual Matsuno thing of like, oh, everything's going along great. Now check it out, I added some super cool guys that were all super cool and they instantly kill everything, now great. Also, because I added those things, I had to rebalance the rest of the game, so now it's a complete and total clusterfuck. Yes, occasionally still salty about vanilla TO. Anyway, so, we need two lady types here. One of them has got to be Zinaida. Need another one. Anyone got one? Zinaida? Let's see. Tried hard to stem the AI sandbag as much as I can, but it's still there. Especially if the AI rolls a lot of item clans, late game, anything can happen. Okay. Well, still though, like, at least the intent is there, you know? Ah. Let's see. Actually, hell, screw it. Mary was here first. Congratulations, Mary. You're one of these now. There we are. We'll rename more dudes later. There we are. Yeah, the unit... Mary's, in there for killing off Get Off My Lawn. That's the price. You get to go to the front lines. I'm still surprised that happened, by the way. Like, it... On the one hand, it's kind of expected. On the other hand, it's like... That was a pretty solid play there. Pretty solid play. Which, let's see... Elixir unlocks for the AI at level 60. Or, is L60 like actual level 60? Because I thought it capped out at 50. As long as they're not spamming elixirs, yeah. The nice thing though is and by the way, yeah, I know I realized I forgot to hold down X because that is just the best feature. I love that. I can't believe I started using that and then completely missed that it was happening. I think it's because you could kind of low-key skip through that starting part in the original a little bit. I forget if there's any MP regen ability, but I do want to get a Bard for that. You know what? I want Adieu to be a Bard. Have the requirements for a Bard changed at all? I want to get a Bard and a Dancer. That mess is OP as well. No, you can control Algus. It feels dirty. It's okay, we'll just run him straight in. He can get blown up. There we go. That feels better. Goodbye, Algus. Just goodbye. We might be useful, we might be putting ourselves at a disadvantage, but screw it. I think everyone wants to see Algus get beat down. Level cap is 99? Okay, gotcha. So we got a hot minute, is what you're saying. Oh, it's okay, I'm thinking of FFTA and FFTA 2, that's 50. And then TO as well. Yes, everybody's countering with rock throws. Alright, my goal right now is to get 400 points on Ramza. Get that headshot ability. Because that crap is hilarious. Also, totally doesn't sound potentially abusable at all. Alright. It seems like a good make him go dead move. Do the old smite and tier 2 combo. Liking that. Oh yeah, the mime. I always forget about the frickin' mime. That's good to know when a class was so memorable that I can't even remember it existed. Though, funnily enough, I do still remember the Onion Knight because I remember going well out of my way to get those in order to be able to just have a basic infantry unit that wasn't a dragoon with a spear. Was it worth it? Hell no. It wasn't worth it at all because Onion Knight sucked. But hey, it felt good at the time. It felt good at the time. Let's see. Good. Algus got his friggin' crap beat down. As it should be. Everything's right in the world. I wonder if I can just go and revive him again. No, just so we can watch that. Yeah. Good. Oh, crap. There's stuff in the way. Well, that's a good use of an item. Let's see. Charge strike. Ooh. Wait a minute. Didn't he have... I thought he had stasis before. Am I misremembering something? Guess no, maybe so. Kinda, sorta... Coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't. Oh 32, that's gonna be a bit too much. Let's go for that. And you're done here. Q. And... oh, please don't suddenly outspeed him. That's CT. Oh, no! No! Okay, that CT save is dangerous. God, that is saving them on speed rolls. Whoosh. I like Mom's Law that you change the way you look at all your moves. Yeah, true. Wait, you're missing guts? But... oh, derp. Derp, 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 derp. Okay, for some reason, I was looking at his skill list, and I saw Preparation. For some reason, I thought that was his gut skill. Just... that's called I'm an idiot. Just ignore that. Okay. So I can do practically nothing there. Interrupting doesn't seem like it'll do anything. Keen Strike. Render him blind. That could be useful. Right, well, if he's gonna be tanking, then we might as well regen him. Provided the cat doesn't go around for a second turn and smack him in the butthole. Oops, of lemonade. By the way, I don't know if that's actually coming through. The kiddo music off in the background here. If you hear a picnic basket singing about going on picnics, that's a whole lot of my bad. Probably should have had him smite there. I figured those two units are going to have something bad coming pretty soon. Great. Rep stasis, yeah. Gonna get stasis, though. Gonna get stasis. So, okay, so, Ramza getting a Dark Sword and all that kind of thing, obviously Gaff taught him that. With Delita getting stasis, what's the story behind that? Like, I know you said it's because he ends up becoming Holy Knight later, but I'm kind of curious, like, did he learn it from somebody? Did, like, how did that come up with it? Or was he just super inspired one day, he's like, oh man, if I focus on this thing really hard, I can, like, shoot laser beams and make people stop dead in their tracks. This is pretty awesome. Okay. Why does interrupting strike not seem to work? Oh, because they're not charging. Because I'm dumb, that's why. Darkness, yes. Darkness, blah, blah, blah. Their square broke. Why does it say Square broke? Did Square not approve that action? They're suddenly taking legal action? Okay, who's Rucorn? You're Rucorn, you're Antigone. You were a lion thing before. Now you're gonna be an icicle thing. Right? No you won't. Gotta be one tile closer. Okay, 16, that's uninspiring. 33, wait, what? They're weak to lightning instead of ice? Okay. Then again, if it was always that way, that might be why I always thought lightning was stronger. That's a pretty drastic difference right there. You just looked and got good? Gotcha. Fair enough. Also, wow, he just chucked a rock straight through Ramza's head. That's impressive. Alright, he's an archer. Right. And we got random stuff going on in the background. Cool beans. Yeah, I'm expecting this guy to pull off a... oh boy. Oh boy. Give me a moment. Hello again! Okay. So it's looking kind of like we're gonna have one attempt on Dorter, and then I might have to, do that whole calling it thing. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But, yeah, sometimes you just gotta get angry at a frisbee, you know? Dang things are like, oh man, I'm gonna go flying all disc-like. Just can't be having that. Can't have it. This is not great. Alright, seems like Mr. Big Ol' Fireball is probably the biggest threat here. Definitely need to remember to keep a Bolt 2 around for the future. Okay, you can go way over here because I need you kiting stuff. Fair enough, fair enough. Tech is gone, that's not great. Would have liked for Ramza to actually, you know, move, but hey. At least he's regenerating. I'm thinking the strongest move here, if I go ahead and do a raise on... Oh, wow! That's way better than it used to be. Okay, cool. So raise, definitely the new top thing now. Okay, you are gonna go over here and do this thing called using Delita as your meat shield. And, yeah, bring him right on back to life. And then, if you can do that, and maybe survive a turn, then you can go get yourself a pet Nazi, but we'll get to that at that point. Yeah, it's funny, they even dress up Algus that way. But that clearly looks like, you know, certain types of uniforms. This is what I'm getting at. Okay, well, I mean, for now at least he served as a distraction. One thing I will say, it would be nice for Algus not to actually come in with items in his fight. Because I do feel like it was a little bit screwy that he ended up coming in and basically taking away all of the possibility to better heals. Okay, if that can be instant, hell yeah it is. There's a chance to get this guy taken out right now, because even while completely blind, he did a pretty fantastic job of absolutely owning everyone. Okay, item. Let's try reviving him again. If this works, it works. If it doesn't, crap, we tried. Okay, so you can go back on this way now. Regenerate a tiny bit, and... I don't think I've actually seen him miss even once, now that I think about it. Like, has he actually missed anything? Or does that skill just not work that way? Alright, just go yell at him. Okay. Hey. Wait, right, it's Wish. Fine, order him from China, whatever. Either option's equally good. Eventually, he might get a turn. This feels dirty, but let's revive this guy. Oh. Or not. Because it turns out that's not gonna work that way. Okay. In that case, cheer yourself up. Cheer yourself up about making this bad mistake. It was entirely your fault. Oh, and you're gonna go ahead and miss an 80%. Great. Cool. That's fine. That's all just going fantastically like. Right. Well, at least go finish off this guy. While we still have some time. Bonk. That's one less threat to deal with. Let's proceed to fix our problems. Anything useful in here? Mega Potion. Excellent. Okay, not gonna be able to cast, but gonna be able to fix this guy up a little bit. Probably just gonna have Ramza go wish away the dead guy's problems. Ah, dude, I just fixed him. I'm gonna have to take him back to the friggin' deleter repair store. Douche. Okay. What can I do with all this? Not very much. Okay. Maybe if I can get this guy and his time knife back in action. I've got a good amount of revives on Ramza stuff, so if I do this, maybe have him shank this lion thing, maybe something good will come of that. Okay, what is your range these days, actually? Smite is 3 tiles, okay. And... Hew. Alright, one step closer to dealing with that guy. Unfortunately, we can't knock him into critical, or else he'll explode and make the game overs happen. This poor guy. He's like, oh, I wish he'll be okay, gets his arm ripped off. Oh, I wish he'll be okay, just like sitting there, he's just like a torso that's somehow standing up. Like, I really wish he'll be okay. He just friggin' explodes. He's just like a friggin' pile of sausage by the end of it. Wow. That stick does some damage. Okay. Oh, it's good. Is that a lightning stick? No, just a standard old stick. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. And I guess let's go ahead and just try to finish the fight. Okay, you're out of points. But we do have other stuff. Holy crap, wait, what? Okay, not enough MP. For a second there I was gonna say, did that suddenly, you know, did it suddenly maybe gain the ability to just not use any MP? But no, that'd be really, really, really OP. Dude, this guy sucks at jokes. Like, hey everybody, feel better. Are you gonna talk about airline food? No, actually I wanted to talk about the current geopolitical situation. Like, no. Get out. Nobody wants to talk about that. That crap is depressing as hell. Smack. And now he goes all turbo-like. Yeah, these things are terrifying. As I suppose being attacked by a lion in the woods probably would be. Can't say I've quite run into that situation, but I've run into a similar one. I mean, I guess, no wait, it actually would be a mountain lion. Or did they... what the hell did they... No, bobcats are what they had in California. Alright. Smack this guy, and done. By the way, has anything changed with leftover treasure chests out on the field? Like, are those still just kind of left there? Does that mean I use magic stat when attacking? No. Almost to Dorter, which I'm sure will be a great fun time that never goes wrong and never takes like 3 tries. Yeah, so I really wanted to get to Dorter today, because A, that's where most challenge runs start, and B, I wanted to see how it does. Also, B wanted to see, it sounds hilarious, but I wanted to see how it does. So first of all, save. We'll do skills right before going into that last fight. Up, you better go to your bed. Just don't even think about it. Bed, now. Yeah, one of the pup that we're retraining has kind of had issues with randomly deciding to go to the bathroom. So, that's fine. Okay. He can't quite do the archery that I want him to do. Also, I can't help but notice that JP up is gone. Has that just moved somewhere, or... because I noticed that one, squire in the Plains fight was using something similar, but I think that was also the one with the Thief set. So it's kind of making me wonder if Thieves got JP up now. Right, do we get any updates? No. Yeah, I think Zenaida might end up... you know what? Screw it. There we go. And now... oh, you know what else I just noticed? We're getting 2 Phoenix downs per fight. It seems like it's kind of balanced for that, right? And Chester left as usual, good. use the archer? Oh, did the archer gain JP up? Didn't learn their secondary skills. Didn't look. Okay, CT. Okay, CT save. Hell yes. Okay, so it's CT save instead of speed up or speed save. Okay. Headshot and CT save. Holy crap, archers are good now. Yeah, that's really, really solid. And then I'm gonna spend the rest on charge attack because it seems very worthwhile here. A counter throw, definitely gonna set that up. Now that I know that it's not just a tackle anymore, that is fantastic. Move find item if I'm gonna be getting time knives and crap. But he's already got one jump higher than everybody else. I can't imagine it's... Actually, the ability to get away from stuff might be amazing. Okay. I want Apple Boy in this next one. Yeah, counter throw, because counter throw is pretty darn strong. What about you? What can you do? Mr. Priestlington. Got Cure and Cure 2. Yeah, that's what I should be earning. Feels like his MP is a little bit on the low side right now, but that is as it should be. Because if they're gonna be that friggin' amazing, they better have some kind of drawbacks. I do have a high ether, so I'm gonna... I know, I'm going back and forth between saying ether and ether. It's just because I feel like neither one is a committed answer. Alright, Squire. Can cheer people up by blowing up their ACs. I'm just being annoying. Let's see, item is fine on you, and... Two wizards. I want arrow, actually. That's expensive, but that seems like something that would be very useful. Buy your toast. Let's see, JP up is gone, good. Innate for Squires. Ah! That makes a lot of sense. Okay, good stuff. Good friggin' stuff right there. Because yeah, so they max out Squires pretty quickly. And what do we want you to learn? Ooh. Okay. Well, okay, can't miss. I believe Crushing Blow used to be the one that also had insta-kill before. Could be wrong on that, but... we do know he's got those abilities. Probably should have picked up maybe counter throw on him or something. And there we go. Party's all set. And wait, Guts. Right, I need to get Guts on Delita. This time, not being a dum-dum and actually putting it on there. Like a smart person. Alright, let's go ahead and save. Could take a Sweegie fight, but I don't think we need it. Of course, I say that before we get absolutely just pounded, but whatever. Let's do this thing. Alright, Mary. Well, you have a good one then. Yeah, I'll be wrapping it up after Dorter here, so probably not missing everything. Okay. Muller, adieu, and heads up. Going with a pretty similar party to what I usually do in vanilla right now. We'll be switching over to more melee classes once more options open up for them. But yeah, right now having Delita as a knight works out pretty well. Okay, this is another one of those like ridiculously long cutscenes before a pretty difficult fight that they love to do in this one. Skip through it all. Do they still call him Fencer? Ting. He's still Fencer! Yeah, they changed him to Swordsman or Knight or something in War of the Lions. I actually thought his actual name was Fencer. I never really put together the whole thing like, oh, they meant to say Swordsman, but they called him Fencer. Because they didn't know how to translate it. Those translations at the time were amazing! Okay, I think after Dorter I stopped giving you Phoenix Downs. Gotcha. This is the last chance to live. Okay. First off, cheer up. So, seeing as Delita's our tank, he's gonna be cheering up. Meanwhile, these chucklers are gonna go ahead and They're gonna go make their way up here, take out this archer, and take over this building. I love this theme. So dang good. Okay, that's cool. So he actually does get some knight moves in his squire set. Right, so they're gonna get so constipated they get strong. As you do, gotta clench those cheeks. Oh, he has it too! What the hell, he has it too! Maybe he's also a traitorous douchebag. Who knew? It's the secret technique of backstabbing douches. So make sure you get some rest too, don't... I'll get a nap at some point. Like, you have to realize, end up getting up maybe 2 to 4 times a night to just, you know, change diapers and all that. I don't know what sleep is anymore. I just run off coffee. But yeah, work during the day, try to do this as something that'll hopefully turn into something down the line. You know, all the, everything, all the rest of the time is dedicated to the bebes. Although, that being said, it's more so like, all the time's dedicated to them and everything else kind of fits in slots there. Because sometimes, like, there's a few little gaps during the day where they're like, yeah, we're okay just playing now. But, you know. Let's do. So, arrow. How hard does this thing hurt? Oh, sweetness! Are you telling me I can double nuke? I'm sorry. Did I hear a little victory bell going off in the background? Because it certainly sounds like it. Alright, protect on all these folks. Even Algus. Even Algus for once. We'll give him this one. It's a one-time thing. After this, we'll maybe go toss him in a lake or something. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. You know what? Even the powers that be decided that he's not allowed to have it. That's fine. Time to go throw down some frickin' tornadoes. Oh, that looks cool. That looks awesome. Get out. Now, yeah, I'd say we pretty well won that exchange. Now here is the question. I know for a fact he can take one more hit. I don't know what that archer in the back's gonna do. Can you slow? Dang. Worth a shot. Worth a shot. Holy dang, her jump range is amazing. Oh, never mind, you don't have bows. I would have really expected them to have bows instead of crossbows by this point. Actually, wait, that one chickie has a bow, doesn't she? It's very possible. Like, cheer up, guys, we're only getting completely rocked. It's fine. It's okay. It's not so bad. And before somebody gets frickin' eaten. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Oh, psh. Man, counter throw is so good now. Also, you guys, I don't think you realized what you've done. A, this. B, the fact that you're about to have 3 units stuck in a frickin' tornado. Also, I love that the AI isn't too fussed about doing stuff right now. Actually, wait a minute. I need to completely redo that statement. So, what I'm trying to say here is that the AI, like normally, you have Algus and Delita, and they're just going around being complete idiots. Like, they're just going and basically bashing their heads against the wall here. In this case... Oh, nice. I'm doing this for XP, mostly. In this case, you can actually control them, so they don't get themselves killed for no reason. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is like absolute karmic turnaround for the original Dorter fight. Oh, this is just amazing right now. This is absolutely amazing. Like, I don't get it. What's going on here? It's not so bad. It's not so bad, you guys. We're not getting absolutely steamrolled. I love it. Absolutely love it. I probably should have had him just go finish off those other guys. Nice. Love that there's a apparently a friggin' hair trigger on this crossbow. Now, can you do an instant arrow? Why, yes you can. Alright, Lady Lex. Go ahead and nuke these guys. Also, another nice thing is that they don't end up ending the fight early, so you can actually collect their crystals. Yay. Okay. Hey. Cheer up, guy. It's not so bad. Cheer up. Cheer up. It's just a tornado. What are you, some kind of wuss that can't take a tornado? Oh, this is just downright cathartic. Love it. Love it! Right. Can you time shank? Time shank! Oh. Eventually that'll end up doing something and it will feel awesome, I'm sure. But, yeah. Eventually. Now this guy, I think, is probably just gonna go and hide. Oh, really? Wow, that's got a lot more vertical forgiveness than it used to. Oh, and he blocked it. To be fair, that's good. That should be blockable. Because honestly, it's pretty slow coming down. It's kind of amazing that no one ever thinks to hold up their freaking shield. I guess they could originally, it just was very unlikely to be blocked. Alright. Yeah, just go ahead and boom that guy. And then if we leave that knight alone, he'll probably just go hide somewhere. Giving us time to go deal with everything else. Yeah, I love how all of the different sword skill abilities, like, all have different effects now. It's really good. Yeah, I'm absolutely adoring these changes right now. This feels a lot more... Okay, so flow-wise, I know a lot of times people had praised the original, like, oh, you know, it has all this extra challenge to it and everything, but it definitely, like, it was kind of excessive early on, and then it really wore off with time, becoming laughably easy by the end. Like, especially, I was noticing during that community run last time, where we got to the very end, and there were just 2 units that could easily take on like 10 guys each, and yeah, it just completely broke. But yeah, I'm loving this right now. It feels a lot more. I feel like there's a lot more options going on. You know, like the time that I lost there, I knew exactly what went wrong, and ended up just going back, fixing it, and everything was all well and good. But yeah, good stuff. He's going to go down to 1 health, and then he's going to go time shank that lady. On time shank. The logical thing here would be, hey, you know, maybe don't do that, but he's going to regen a little bit, right? He's going to regen just a tiny little bit, and then hopefully... Actually, if I had him use a healing item, he probably would regen better. Oh well, oh well. But yeah, having a lot more fun than I did with 1.3 right now. That I can say without a shadow of a doubt. Why did I turn the heating on? It's currently blowing in my face, and that's uncomfortable. Oh, he's got parry. Or weapon guard. His name's Rush, that's funny. And he missed. So, theory time. Do you think they can actually hear those noises, like, once they're actually doing the thing? Like, they hear the whiff noise? They're like, oh, I missed, but I still gotta sit through the rest of this 3-second animation, because I'm just kind of stuck in time now. Like, maybe, just maybe something will happen. Alright, what you gonna do? No kidding! No kidding. Okay, that is an interesting decision. Okay. 34. Alright, tell me your prep time. 2. That is quite doable. Oh, wow. Okay, that's strong. That's strong right there. 15. Just a protect on him just for the sake of getting him some experience. I see that like going and mass dumping skills and all that sort of thing isn't as much of a thing in this one. I'm sure in theory you could just kind of stand there and chuck rocks back and forth forever. Oh, lies! Absolute lies. Okay, now we've got the duel on top of the skyscraper. I was really half expecting her to just do that 6% dodge and bring it back, but nope. Unfortunately, she couldn't quite keep up with it. She couldn't quite keep that pressure going, and kind of chickened out, dropped the ball at the very end, didn't get a field goal. Whatever. Taking the difficulty scales a lot more evenly with this. Hold punches in Chapter 1, but by Chapter 4 anything goes. It's all stuff you can do, unlike 1.3, which gets some hack stuff you can't do. Very true there, and that, like, to the letter is pretty much what got me really loving One Vision, so that's exactly what I'm looking for in a mod. So thanks for recommending this, and making it. I guess the second part of that might be a little bit more important to that equation. But yeah, thank ya. He's gonna sit there and cheer himself up over and over, just sitting in the corner like, it's fine, everything's gonna be fine. Just like I could just leave, but I'm not for some reason, it's fine. This feels a lot more appropriate. Because it always did seem a little bit strange that, like, okay, they've got this, this guy that's been, like, royally trained, all these guys came out of the academy, they've got official support and everything, and they're having such a hard time dealing with what is effectively a group of muggers in a ghetto. It always seemed a little odd to me. Like, even if it's an ambush, you know? It's like, you've got trained people versus untrained, but the untrained ones seem way better trained than the untrained people. Does that make sense? Alright, let's go ahead and smack you. I'm also noticing that it feels like Brave and Faith rates are generally higher. Like, I didn't see anybody... Like, in the original, I remember several times where somebody would just spawn in with, like, friggin' 35 Brave or something. It's like, why can't this guy do anything? So, I don't know if I just got really lucky, or if those ended up getting put to, like, 50+. But I've seen mostly 50s to 70s. Actually, yeah, you know what? We're gonna just have him sit here and flex on top of this tower. He's gonna flex and regen and just be the ultimate man-beast up there. Because he's a dude, that's what he does. Actually, you know what? That win right there, him winning in that situation where he absolutely should have lost, I'm absolutely glad I named him a dude. Because that is exactly what he did. Friggin' all of the AI tournament he was put into. The entire time was just like, statistically, he had no advantage whatsoever, and then just, like, right at the very end, like, well, they just missed every single shot, and so he won. How did that happen? Who knows? Who knows? In one case, somebody literally fell off the dang map. I mean, it's... it's just a miracle. Okay, this guy... Oh, hello. Hello! I think he's gonna be the archer... the archer priest. I wonder if I can make that build work. I feel like that's a definite maybe, but for now, why don't you go whack him on a stick? Congratulations! Congratulatory win tap. And a nice thank you rock to the neck. I actually haven't been checking if that actually gives him any experience. Oh, you know what I should be doing is actually having Daluda move in to block that guy, and should be having Ramza sitting here to go and cannibalize these two. I will say this system, as awkward as it sometimes may be, it's still definitely a lot a lot simpler to understand than what they did in TOPSP. I hope Rakes finds some better way of implementing that at some point. Like, I know right now mechanically it's impossible, but it would be nice to see. So if you weren't aware, they kind of have a similar thing where if a unit dies, you can transfer... Well, you basically have a thing where you just basically lug around their dead body forever, which is kind of friggin' grim. But yeah, you basically just have them sitting there in your party, not quite doing the whole living thing so hot, but, yeah, just great. But anyway, so they're just sitting there, and then at any point you can go spend a silver coin if you have them to transfer all of their skills into somebody else. And if they, for example, were learning anything in the process, it will automatically go down to its lowest possible value. So for example, like say they had Swords 3 and they were 90% of the way to Swords 4, they would just get base Swords 3. And anyway, wow, this guy is just hauling it. Point being, oh, he doesn't have the MP for it. Yeah, just do Crushing Blow then. Oh yeah, he has the same move. What is that? I feel like he's chucking the pommel at the guy. You know, doing the whole ending rightly meme, if you know what that is. Where can you find this mod? You would have to ask Mr. Cerabow. It is currently in development, so he would be the one to have to provide it to... Or wait. Actually, technically speaking, there is a link, but I'm not supposed to share the thing. So, Mr. Cerabow, Regdrin actually also does series and all that. He's actually been doing a series on Ring of Red for the longest time. It's this kind of like FFT meets Front Mission almost kind of situation. But anyway, so any chance you can get the link? Yeah, so the whole thing was that obviously since it's still in development, it doesn't want to be circulated around that much. Aww. The guy just killed himself via counter rock. Like, I didn't see that coming. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I don't think... And yeah, you don't give Phoenix Downs anymore. I don't think you actually could counter those kinds of moves before, could you? I don't know for sure. Must be the deathcore! Like, yeah, we're the most metal band ever. We don't even know why we're actually in a war right now. We're just trying to sell albums, man. I've always found, like, for all of the praise FFT's story gets, it's oftentimes a lot more fun if you just completely ignore the context of everything. Like, oh man, we're trying to be good guys, though. Don't kick the guy. That's why we stabbed all those dudes coming over here. But we want to save this one guy, so we're feeling good about ourselves. And so they did. And that guy probably came back to try and stab them again. Alright, so that Dorter fight was, like, easily 20 times better than it used to be. Which, by the way, first shop, now available. So, you can poach crap right from the very start of the game. That was the last thing, I believe, that was mentioned on the quality of life stuff. So yeah, once a couple testers finish their runs, we'll get some more slots for people if you're in this RPG Reddit. Yes. Okay, and it also sounds like it is about time for me to go wrap this up. So, alright, thank you again for this mod, and thank you for showing up. It has been dang fun. And yeah, I will probably see you tomorrow for this sort of thing. So yeah, see you then. And yeah, Regdrin, if you're not... I think you are on the SRPG Reddit, aren't you? Because I think I found you on there. I know I saw a post to one of your runs, and I was like, what is this? No, I think I saw you on NG+. Okay, whatever, just go to the SRPG Reddit. And yeah. It's like, it's good stuff. There's like 3,000 people on there right now. Almost 4,000, actually, if I recall. And I think Pan was trying to get like 5,000 by the end of fall or something. Anyway, I gotta get going, so have a good day, take care, and